Well, joining us for more on that, we have in studio, we have Karuna Nandi, a Supreme Court lawyer. We also have George Kalibayal. He's the associate editor for Deepika and he's been following the story for a long time. And Nilotpal Basu of the CPM joins us as well. Mr. Nilotpal Basu, if we can start with you. The Congress, whenever reporters ask them about this testimony that the victim has given, and she sticks by, she says there's no pressure, but the Congress says she's been, PJ Kurien has been acquitted by the Supreme Court. So what do you expect? Because you have been, the CPM has been taking up this case a lot. So where do you see it going from here?
You see, they should actually ask Professor Kurien to step down because they have been playing to the gallery in the aftermath of this horrible gang rape in Delhi. And while Justice Verma committee, they had done a great and commendable job to show that they are more keen than anybody else. They went for one-upmanship and went for this ordinance. So if they are so concerned about atrocities on women, here you have a case which is 17-year-old and where they had somehow rigged the evidence and got some relief from the High Court. Now that Supreme Court has reopened the case, I think continuation of Professor Kurien is not tenable. I think Congress spokesperson, Ms. Chako, he was also quite defensive. But I think the earlier Mr. Kurien leaves, the better.
Sure. You say that Chako was, Chako, he made a statement saying that some action will be taken before the session opens, but just want to add to that for our viewers as well, that today the Congress party has clarified that it was PC Chako's personal opinion. It's not the stand of the Congress party. So do you think the Congress party, as a journalist who's been following the story, do you think the Congress will finally have to take some action on this?
I think the Congress has to relook into this.
It's very difficult to double guess with a party.
No, sir. I was asking our.
I mean, those who go all over the town claiming that they are the most conscience-stricken party, and therefore they cannot wait for the parliament session to begin within less than a month.
I was asking George.
I was
just asking George Kalibayal to say that.
They are against rapists.
Yeah, because
this serious charge.
This case is a very serious case, and it has been a national issue right now, and the Congress just cannot ignore it.
They will be forced to take.
They will be forced to take a review into this, and I think Congress, on the recent incidents against and the outrage against the rape and atrocities against girls, I think the issues are really serious, and we cannot simply ignore.
Is it getting as much of a? Is it that big an issue in Kerala as well as it is over here?
Sure, it's a big issue in Kerala. It's a bigger issue than in Delhi, in Kerala, because this issue people are discussing threadbare for last few weeks, especially after the Supreme Court.
We'll go across to Mr. Kurien's lawyer, who should be joining us. We're having some problem with his link over there in Kochi. But before that, Karuna, as a legal analyst, as a lawyer, does the Congress's defense stand there saying, well, look, he's been acquitted by the highest court in the thing? That's what they keep saying in the press conferences. And they said that, yes, she made a charge. The victim has said that. But it's if the Supreme Court has given him an okay, then why should we take action? Does that stand?
Look, I'm aware of I've read the Supreme Court order of the end of January, where they sent the case back to the High Court, saying that essentially the reason they sent it back was very clear and really quite shocking. Apparently, the High Court took two separate sessions cases, one in which there was one accused and the remaining accused were in the second case. In the first case, the High Court found that there was consent by the 16-plus-year-old, and that's what the law was at the time. That's what the age of consent was. And they read that consent into the remaining cases. They said that because she consented here, essentially that was the reasoning, she consented
in the case
to
of one accused
intercourse
yes.
with then 35 others, approximately.